I've been wanting to make this video for like 4 years now, so here it is. This is Summoner Slang, a collection of different words and phrases and acronyms and initialisms that you'll encounter while playing Summoner's War. Oh, alright, I'm excited. So I assembled this list and it's pretty dense, to be honest, though I don't think I got everything. So if you see something that's missing, you're gonna have to let me know in a comment. Other things, so this isn't arranged in any order that makes sense other than alphabetically. That's just what made sense to me while writing the script. Whatever, I'm done making excuses. Let's do the video. First up, 2A. This is short for Second Awakening, when you take a monster into the dimension hole and turn a Nat 3 or Nat 2 monster into something way better with cooler stats that makes them closer to a Nat 4 or Nat 5. What are Nat 4s and 5s? Stay tuned, those actually appear on the list later. AD and AO. AD stands for Arena Defense and AO stands for Arena Offense. These are what you're going to be attacking with when participating in normal, not world, arena. AoE. This is probably one that you'll recognize from other RPG games. This is Area of Effect. Whenever a unit has a skill that's going to affect the entirety of an enemy team, usually featuring damage abilities, then they're going to be called an AoE effect. As an example, I don't know why I landed on this one, it just popped into my head. Veramos' second skill is an AoE and has a chance to stun. BJ5 or BJR5, this stands for Belger Jansen R5. We've talked about this team in other videos, but it heavily relies on the interaction between Belger's passive and Jansen's third skill that revives all units on your team with 1 HP. And I kid you not, a flock of geese just flew over my house while I was delivering that line. I really hope that doesn't show up in the audio. Next, DOT. This stands for damage over time and is used to refer to the continuous damage debuff in-game that deals 5% of the enemy's max HP as damage on their upkeep. CC. This stands for crowd control, so anything that affects the enemy team, usually in AoE. This can be through stun, sleep, freeze, attack bar reduction. That's kind of it. Well, I guess also provoke, silence. Cleanse. Ironically, a great way to deal with crowd control. Cleanse is when you remove debuffs from your team. An example of cleanse would be Lulu's third skill or Fran's second skill. Cleave. This is one that frequently comes into question on streams and other videos on our channel. Cleave is an archetype of a team comp usually found in World Arena, Guild Wars, or Arena where you'll try to deal massive damage and wipe out the enemy team before they even have a chance to move. An example of this would be Leo Devolution. Cycle. In Summoner's War, when you hear people say cycling turns, it means gaining attack bar through the use of a skill so that you can gain more turns and go ahead of your enemies. For example, a Verd attack bar pushing your entire team, or Ciara's first skill actually is an even better example. Ciara will cycle and get attack bar on crit, allowing her to get ahead of the enemy team. Yon Hong's third skill, which gives a turn to someone else and also fills up her attack bar, is another good example. How many times can I say good example in a video? I'm going for the record. Family. Why can't I say this word without laughing? This is used to refer to all 5 elements of a monster. So, the Oracle family. Ciara, Gianna, Juno, Praha, and the last one. Lima. Sorry, Lima. Why? Farm! We should all be familiar with this. Farming is going through one particular area of the game to try to get a reward. So, for instance, Kairos dungeons, repeat battle. You're going through trying to get runes. You're farming dungeons. GVG. This one is not used as frequently anymore. I think this kind of predates even me in Summoner's War, to be honest, but this one relates to guild versus guild. GZ, something that you're going to see in the chat. If you get a bunch of GZs, it means a good thing. That is congratulations, short for grats. HOH, that's Hall of Heroes. LF, looking for. This normally precedes something like SD, so you would say LF, Lauren, Secret Dungeon. Main set and offset. Main set is referring to a rune set that requires 4 runes in order to get the set effect. An offset requires only 2. So Violent would be a main set. Revenge would be an offset. Nat and a number. I referenced this earlier, and this one probably isn't too difficult for a ton of people. Nat refers to a default star rating of a monster, so it's short for natural. Natural 4-star, Nat 4. Natural 5-star, that's a Nat 5. Proc actually stands for Programmed Random Occurrence, which I frequently forget. Whenever you hear about it in Summoner's War, it's referring to an ability that happens on a chance. So if you hear someone reference Antares' passive, procking, that means that he got the turn. Wow. Way to puzzle your way through that one, Evan. But proc in the community is most commonly referred to getting additional turns from a set of violent runes. But it can technically mean anything that happens on a chance. Next, reset. When you reset a monster, it means increasing their cooldown times. Though, it does matter with context, because let's say you take a turn with your Ganymede, and you've already used Seal Magic to reset an enemy. You might want to ventilate someone, which might mean resetting their cooldown time. So it's all a matter of context. If you want to reset someone and put them on cooldown, or if you want to reset and refresh your cooldown. I guess refresh might be a better word for that. Let's say refresh. RTA, this one's easy, stands for Real-Time Arena and refers to the World Arena. SD, I referred to this one earlier and kind of spoiled it. SD stands for Secret Dungeon. So if you see someone in a chat saying LF Lauren SD, it means that they're looking for the Light Cowgirl Secret Dungeon. Strip. You know what this means. Don't put that in the video. Strip. This means to remove buffs from an enemy team. If your opponent has a ton of immunity or invincibility, you're going to want to bring a stripper to remove all that so that way you can actually invoke your will on those monsters. TOA stands for Trial of Ascension, the tower of 100 floors that resets every month. And lastly is Trickaroo. Just in case people don't know what it means. Trickaroo means triple Ikaru or triple Ikaru. People will say it different ways. This is where you take 3 Ikaroos, needs to be 2A'd, and you run them through Dragon's B12 or the Punisher's Crypt, usually coupled with a Verd or Shaman for Necro, and then those good doggies just carry you to victory. Alright everybody, so that concludes my list of summoner slang. If I missed anything, please let me know in a comment, and if there's enough, maybe I'll make a second video about it. Have a good day everybody, bye.